Well, we've known it's been coming for months, but it's official now. Once more, Barcelona are the champions of Spain. There have been some great teams in the time of this illustrious club, but is this the best team ever? The History Boys. The Spanish title taken for the 21st time. Still the Champions League final to come, but Pep Guardiola will allow those mass celebrations.
I think it's all part of it, Rob. They need to let off a little bit of steam. They need to celebrate. They need to, enjoy the moment. It's a special, special moment when you win a league title. And it's been a tough, tough season. And they've still got a few little encounters to come. But the next two league games, the pressure's off. Pep Guardiola can put Fontas and Thiago and whoever he wants out. And he can save the players he wants for the Champions League final. He can concentrate on the next task ahead. And that's the big game at Wembley against Manchester United. But this is an important moment, and it's great to see them celebrating. They're very, very close. They were brought up together at La Masia, most of these players from they were 12, 13 years of age, and that's a special bond that they have there, and that's what makes them such a special team for me.
Well, 7 of the players in that scrum down there were World Cup winners in the summer. Spanish Championship winners now. They're not going to get the triple, of course. Real Madrid have taken the Copa del Rey. Next in their sights, Wembley Stadium, the Champions League final. And they have a couple of weeks now to rest, to recover, to realign. It has been a stroll in the park tonight, but what a season for Barcelona. 29 wins. They've done it with 2 games to spare. Real Madrid have been worthy rivals this season, but it has been vintage Barcelona, one of the great teams of all time. Pep Guardiola says we are no dream team. They were the pioneers because they came after a long period without success. This, of course, is Barcelona's 3rd title in a row. They've had 5 in 7. They keep getting to Champions League finals as well. But Jerry, it's a brilliant team, isn't it?
Well, it's a fantastic team. I just feel that the squad's looking a little bit thin and they're a little bit tired. I actually feel that these players need to celebrate and need to relax and then start to prepare. They've got 2 weeks to get themselves ready for the big one against Manchester United, and hopefully we'll see Puyol fit and ready to play. We've seen Abidal get an hour. That's a big plus for Pep, but it's just crossing the winning line. It's the mentality of, like, we have to get this job done first before we can concentrate on the next big task. And that's an obstacle out of the way, and again, it's lovely to see the players all enjoying themselves. You look at Dani Alves and Adriano, another one of the injury problems at left back. I think anybody that plays at left back's an injury problem. Puyol's went in and played there. Maxwell, who's still coming back from an injury at left back.
Victor Valdez, the goalkeeper, one of those who's come through the club's academy. They've come from far and wide, of course. The African contingent there, led by Keita, who scored tonight. Eric Abidal, one of the great stories of the season, coming back after a major operation 2 months ago. Lionel Messi, the best player in the world. Iniesta and Xavi just behind him in the FIFA rankings and the voting last year. There's a large contingent of Barcelona supporters here tonight celebrating. There's thousands back in Catalonia. They're going to be rocking the Ramblers tonight and cracking open the Carver. Barcelona are champions once more. Hardly been a sprint to the finishing line, but they sauntered over it, Jerry.
No, it hasn't. But I mean, they've done the hard work, I think, 3 months ago, 2 months ago. And now the question of, like, individuals. Pep Guardiola needs to pick individuals like David Villa there. He needs to sort him out over the next few weeks and get his confidence back up to what it should be. But they're on a high. They're on a high, and you've got to keep them on a high and give them plenty of belief and allow them to express themselves, but give them the rest that they need as well. So it's on to the Champions League final at Wembley in 2 weeks' time.
All set up for the champions of England against the champions of Spain.
There's the statistics from the night. Barca dominant in terms of possession, as you can see, but one apiece is enough for them to secure the title and to keep Levante safe, we believe. Barcelona champions of Spain, 92 points from 36. They cannot, of course, reach the 100 mark and beat last year's record of 99 points. But a championship is a championship. It's their third on the bounce. And as we know, they're 21st in total. Guardiola's 9th piece of silverware. Cruyff got 11. He's on course to beat all records by the looks of things. First time as well that a Barcelona team has recorded more than 2 consecutive titles since Cruyff's team of 91-94. They won 4 on the bounce. We'll brief you on all the other situations, the bottom half of the table, as the night goes on. Paco and Guillem, our guests this evening. Is that the best of their 3 championships from the course of the last 3 years, given the opposition against them this year, the Mourinho factor and the stars that Real Madrid have?
I think they played the best 2-3 months ago. I think through the 3 years they had great performances, but I think the way they were playing this year between October and February has been amazing. I think everyone were amazed about the way they were playing, and I think probably is the best performance of Barcelona in the last 3 years.
Guardiola was asked that same question before the game, and he actually answered in a funny way, because he said, no, it wasn't the biggest challenge of the last 3, because actually Juan de Ramos had to get, 16 consecutive victories with his team, and Pellegrini forced Barcelona to have 99 points last season. So in a way it was a little dig at Jose Mourinho, but statistics back the fact that probably it was harder for Barcelona to get the title in the previous 2 years.
That's the point I was making. I mean, Real Madrid's total cannot be anywhere near as high as Pellegrini's from last year, but it's been a different test, hasn't it? Because of the psychological factors that the new coach of Real Madrid has brought into this whole campaign. Are you impressed with how Barcelona have coped with that?
Yeah, I think they've got many players in the peak of their performance, with the players in really mature. They know the game. They are able to get on with all the stuff came from Madrid. Xavi said today in the Marca that was a great achievement relating with all the pressure they had to deal with. And I think this shows you the level of players Barcelona has at the moment. They are in the peak of the performance, and they are able to perform even in these critical situations.
Were they confident throughout the season that they were going to pull this off?
That they had enough to beat Real Madrid in the league, yes, it became quite clear with the 5-0, but there was one key moment where those doubts that came from that pressure that Paco was talking about, it could have been crucial. It could have turned things around a little bit, and that was in the second leg of the semi-finals of the Champions League. Just after the Cup, having beaten in the Cup by Real Madrid, it was like, okay, if Real Madrid comes and attack us and they actually score in the first 15 minutes, we're going to doubt here. That was the key moment that it could have turned the season in a different way. But instead of that, Real Madrid gave the ball to Barcelona, and little by little they started building the confidence and ended up, as we know, in the final of the Champions League. But in the league, it's 8 now points away from Real Madrid, so they've always been little confident that they could do it.